Hello, loyal fans and subscribers. ninamorifanboi here. I feel like I haven't said that in a while. It must just been a while since I've last recorded. And in fact, I'm using a new microphone, like a new headset thing. So I'm this kind of experimenting to see if this sounds good. So let me know if this sound is good or bad or whatever. Just getting that out of the way. But as you can see by the title and the screen right here, the PBF Season 4 has returned. Well, the PBF has returned for Season 4, and we got some returning faces, as well as a bunch of new faces. Looking at it again, it looks like there's a bit more returning faces than new ones, so forget I just said that. But the point is, Season 4 is here, and I'm pretty excited. I don't know, beginning with the start of Gen 7, I wasn't too excited about Pokemon battling in general, but lately I've gotten pretty accustomed to it, and I'm definitely excited for Gen 7 battles as a whole. But, and I think I've hinted at this before, I'm not as big of a fan of Draft League format as I used to be. Just I prefer, not that I don't like it, I do like it a lot, in fact, but I just prefer standard battles, like the metagame, going on Showdown and just going on the ladder, battles like that where you can build a team against a multitude of opponents and have it potentially do well, as opposed to making a team every week against different opponents. But the team I drafted this season, why do I keep saying year? This season it restored any interest that I may have lost out of, potentially losing interest in draft leagues. But speaking of my my draft, let's just go over the team I picked. For starters, let's just go to the draft page. As you can see, here's all the participating teams, and right here at the very end is me, which meant that everyone got to pick one Pokemon before me. However, I was able to pick two at once, which was pretty pivotal in some situations, you'll see. But I'm just going to go over my team as I said. First slot, I have a Garchomp. Garchomp was the MVP of last season, got the most kills, if I'm not mistaken. Or that might have been Mega Alakazam. I think it was Garchomp, though. Either way, Garchomp is always nice. It was a Tier 1... You can go... Yeah, a Tier 1, since I'm last, I gotta go over a Tier 1 Pokemon, so that had to be my first Tier 1 pick. And as you can see, my second pick, right next to it, is Mamoswine. I figured having Mamoswine would prevent anyone else from, taking it, of course, and hitting my Garchomp for super effective Ice Shards. And Mamo in general is just very nice, very strong. Both of these have very strong Earthquakes. I do know I have, well, neither of them are weak to the same things, but they're both pretty weak to grass and pretty weak to water, and even ice if I'm not thick fat on my Mamoswine. So, and to mitigate those weaknesses, I wanted my next pick to be something either like Mega Scizor or Mega Blastoise or even Mega Gardevoir. But I ultimately decided on Mega Scizor because I just felt it worked the best with these two that I had already, since neither of these are really weak to fire, unless my Mamoswine doesn't have thick fat. But either way, I felt Mega Scizor would fit very nicely in this role, and no one had picked it, which I was kind of surprised about, but I wasn't complaining. And then, of course, I also picked Wishy Washy right after that, because, like I said, I got two picks at once. So I picked these two first, these two second, and again, this adds another resistance to fire. This is weak to electric and grass. These two mitigate the electric weakness. This mitigates the grass weakness. So these four I felt were very nice. So from here, I wasn't sure where to continue from. I knew I wanted an electric type, and there was still some solid picks left, like Xurkitree, Raikou, both Thundurus were available. But I figured I might as well get Magnezone if I could get it, because that was Tier 2, whereas the others were Tier 1 if I'm not mistaken. and that would just cost less overall, and I would be able to budget a little better. And Magnezone, which I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, is a trapper. I can trap some steel types, which can potentially help like my Scizor and maybe later mons, as you'll see. Although I do have nice grounds to hit them hard as well. But now I have this if I'm up against like Skarmory or Celesteela or something. And then combined with Magnezone, I also picked Pelipper to give me Rain and U-Turn and Defog and Hurricane. Just the rain support from Pelipper is going to provide so much for my team. Now I can put Thunder on my Magnezone. I can dish out extremely strong water attacks with my Wishy-Washy. My Scizor won't be hit as hard with fire attacks. And as you'll see later, members also appreciate the rain as well. I was so surprised I got both of these by the time I did. But like I said, I definitely wanted them because Magnezone, like I said, tier 2, and Pelipper was also tier 2 if I'm not mistaken. Can't remember. But I was definitely surprised that I got both of them, and I was definitely pleased once I did get both of them. And now we go to the second half of the team. I wanted, at this point I actually had to leave, so I left my picks with the PBF, and Alolan Muck and Delphox were picked for me. I wanted both of these. More so Alolan Muck than Delphox. I was actually kind of wanting a different fire Pokemon, Magmortar, later down the line. But the more I thought about it, Delphox kind of fits better because this, even though I have Rain, Delphox also has strong fire or Psychic Stab, whereas Magmortar wouldn't have that. And if Rain was up, I would have to rely on other stuff like Thunderbolt, I guess, or maybe even Thunder if it can learn that. And like Psychic, like it doesn't get Stab Psychic, which Delphox gets. Delphox is also way faster. It's way trickier too. Got Will-O-Wisp and Calm Mind and stuff. So I'm pleased with Delphox and Alolan Muck especially because this thing, it like I got destroyed by an Alolan Muck. I don't know if I had told that story yet or not, but I built this Volturn team, and the entire team basically got shut down by Assault Vest Alolan Muck, and ever since then I've been wanting to use it. I wanted to use it before that, but ever since then I really wanted to try this. It's very strong and very bulky too. Like it's got knockoff Gunk Shot, Poison Jab, like Pursuit. I think it might get the punches, the elemental punches, but maybe not. Now that I think about it, that's probably the other. Then again, maybe you can import a Grimer from Pokebank that had the punches, and then when it evolves, it will become a Alolan Muck. I don't know. So I might be able to use the punch. Either way, I wanted a Alolan Muck. Now at this point, I was looking a little weak to what is it? Grass? Not grass. Something. Ground. Yes, definitely ground. If you look at my why'd I do that? Where do we go? Team list. As you can see, I only have one Pokemon off the ground. That is Pelipper. Magnezone's weak to it. The rest are neutral. So I needed something that resisted ground. And Chestnut I felt would be very nice because this also gives me spikes, a nice mon with recovery and synthesis, and just a strong grass type in general. And a fighting mon. I don't think I have one of those either. So Chestnut was definitely nice. I wasn't expecting to get it the same way I wasn't expecting Magnezone and Pelipper, but I got it. And in the same round, I also snagged a favorite in Granbull. Granbull is coming back. This is the only mon that I've drafted all 4 seasons. It hasn't let me down, and I don't think it is going to let me down this season. Shout out to Granbull. Probably gonna draft it in subsequent seasons if I'm able to. And then finally, the final pick, when it got back to me, I wanted Rapid Spinner, as well as maybe another mon that can abuse the rain, and I actually wanted Amistar, but fortunately for me I actually looked and made sure Amistar can't even learn Rapid Spin. So I went with Kabutops. Would have probably preferred Amistar, but I'm fine with Kabutops. And overall, that has been my entire roster. Like I said, I'm very excited about it, and I'm very excited about the Season 4 in general. And I don't know if I mentioned this or not, it's actually going to be here on Showdown because Pokebank hasn't come out yet, and when it does, people are theorizing that the megas that aren't readily available in game, like Manectric, like Swampert, Metacham, Lopunny, some of them, they're not available in game right now, and some are speculating they won't be for a while. With that in mind, we had a vote, and we decided that it would be best if we just had this season on Showdown, just so we could use megas freely. And this will mean that I'll be able to post live commentary, which I'm also pretty excited about. So with everything in mind, I'm pretty excited for this season. I hope you guys are as well. Like I said, I'm just excited in general about Gen 7 battling. So I believe that's all I wanted to say. If you have any comments, let me know. I'm looking forward to them as well. So thank you for watching this video. Look forward to this season, and have a good day.